What up, y'all? It's your man, Abuamerican. Hey, check it out. Something I want to talk about, and it's very important, especially as men. And this has really nothing to do with women in this regard. This just has to do with you as a man, as an individual. So this can technically apply universally to both men and women. I say it all the time in my personal life, and I say it all the time on my personal Facebook. We live in amazing times. My son was talking about trying to get into astrophysics, maybe be an astronaut or work in the astrophysics field. And he's talking about NASA, and I was like, you know, we got like Virgin Space, we got SpaceX, we got Elon Musk and his whole Tesla program with space and all that. We've got Blue Horizon. I was like, NASA's no longer the only name in the game anymore. But this is just a different. This is just the point of what I'm trying to make is we live in amazing times. I'll say it again. There are things happening that had you told me when I was my kid's age, I would have thought you were a liar. Just my phone is a case example of this. I do so much for my phone. I edit videos, I make my phone calls, emails. I do almost everything from my phone, almost exclusively. And who would have thought when I was 14 that this was possible? Impossible. I would have never thought that, Wi-Fi, all these type of things would happen. Now we're looking at the age of robotics. And I just posted a video on my Facebook of like how basically, Interstellar, they've got these robotic tractors now. And they're like trying to make them a real deal. And it looks like Interstellar, literally, where like, you've got robot, tractors that can do all your farming for you while you sit back and do your own thing. And my brother actually said like, I feel bad for the drivers, this, that, the other, blah, blah, blah. There was a video I put up by this guy. He's a billionaire now. Did some sort of wine thing. I don't know what it is. And he's talking about, he's like, I don't feel sympathy for these people. And I have to somewhat agree with him. He's like, and he's saying, it's like, times are always going to change. Something's always going to change and upset the market and bring a new technology into the forefront and make your old technology obsolete, and you have to be adaptable for it. He's like, everything that you do now should put yourself in the position for the technological changes that are taking place right now and that will happen in the next 20 years. And if you really think about it, this is what, if you go and look at the TED Talk by Eddie Obeng, he talks about this. You really got to see it. It's probably the best TED Talk there ever was by a guy named Eddie Obeng. Anyway, this is part of always developing yourself. You always got to be developing yourself, always got to prepare yourself, always got to be ready for the next step and the next change in technology and time, because it's never stopping, it's never ending until we end up in some sort of zombie apocalypse or something that stops it, which I don't see happening anytime soon. Don't feel sorry for the people. I'll say it like that millionaire said. The guy had the capability to take care and be ready for the technological changes that were coming in the next 10 to 15 years. But it was easier to go out and drink beer. It was easier to sit around and watch football. It was easier to, sleep or do something other than prepare, which is work. And I consider myself to be in that same category also. It's like, I made a lot of mistakes where it's like I should have been taking action on some things and I didn't. I can't blame anybody. I don't expect anyone to feel bad for me for that. That was through my inaction. How is someone in society supposed to feel bad for that? So, before you shed crocodile tears or just tears at all, even sincere ones for people, you really got to look at what's going on in the world. You got to pay close attention and you got to be ready for the changes that take place now. What's happening now will become a reality. That's just a part of the world we live in. That's part of the technological environment we live in. Dreams are actually becoming real. Supercomputers and whatnot are actually making things that we thought were unbelievable real. Look at Boston Dynamics' new robot. They got that robot, it can jump 1.5 meters high. It's just a matter of time before they start replacing people in like all sorts of fields. What are you going to do? You got to be ready. It's an eventuality. It's an inevitability. Be ready for it. Don't boo-hoo, woe is me, boo-hoo, poor guy, or whatever else. Don't cry for that guy, because you know what? That guy's going to be you in the next 5 to 10 years. Get ready. That's just my take. Nothing spectacular on this particular video. It's just something I was thinking about after I read this commentary by my brother, and I was just like, my brother's a leftist. I love him to death, but he calls himself a feminist. Now he needs help. This is your man, Abuamerican. Catch me on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, all at Abuamerican. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. I'm out.